Just an early morning drive over to the Yellowstone River. All right, I'm back here lecturing you about dash cams again because if you don't have one, you're just setting yourself up for failure. I hate to say it, but in today's litigious era, you don't worry about the dash cam for you doing something stupid. It's when the other guy does something stupid. And I've now had it happen twice. And thankfully, both times I had a dash cam. The one we're talking about here is the 70My dash cam, the A510. Now, they have a whole bunch of them. This is a great, modestly priced dash cam that has a lot of functions. And we're going to go through some of the features real quick, then we're going to get back to it. I'm going to show you some more driving around here in Livingston, Montana. I'm showing you more day. We're going to show you some night. We're going to talk about the whole 9 yards on it. So let's jump into the features real quick, though. So first off, I want to talk about the fact this has the Sony Starvis chip in it. I've talked about this a number of times. If you're going to buy a dash cam these days, this is the chip to get. This is the best chip that's out there. It's got the best color. It's got the best color night vision. It's got the best feature set. It just is, it's the one to get. That's just all there is to it right now. Now you can tell that this is a huge step up from previous generations of chips that they've used out there, but you're going to see this in the video. On top of it, this model has dual channel recording. That means you're going to get the front view, you're going to get the rear view. It's got HDR. HDR is going to give you that nice color balance up front, and in the back, it's going to get rid of that glare that you see a bunch. You know, someone's right behind you, the headlights, the HDR is going to manage that better than just a chip that doesn't have that built in. Then the other thing is this comes with uninterrupted 4G connectivity, optional. You can sign up for it, you don't have to. But what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to do some of the other cooler kind of features. You know, the secondary, tertiary kind of stuff, live streaming if you need to, find my car, instant app alert. The instant app alert is going to come into play if you have the security system in place, which is you have to get, a wire set like this, and you have to do a permanent install, so it always has constant power. I would say, though, there are some cars where like the USB power is on 24/7, so you could probably get away with that also. But I don't know if it has the power management through the USB the way it does through that to keep from draining your battery. Anyway, you're going to have to figure that out figure out how your car is going to work best for that. All right, let's get back into it. The other thing is the effortless app control, all right? One-touch Bluetooth connectivity. You can change all the settings and stuff, modify the camera settings. You can snap, save moments, all that kind of stuff. I will say this. First of all, it's got a neat little bear logo. And I'm going to assume the little creature there is a bear because, you know, we're bear positive here. And I'm going to show you this. This is how fast this app loads. There we go. Look at it. It just jumps right into it. I've seen a bunch of other ones. And now it's asking me if I want to upgrade. In fact, yeah, we're going to do that. So we'll let that thing cook. We'll let it do its upgrade. But the fact of the matter is, I hate, and I've seen it so many of these apps, they're so bloated, they're written poorly, and they open up and they just take forever. And that's one of the things I really liked about this one is it doesn't sit there and waste your time. Now, some of the other features, something I'm not really as excited about, maybe other people are, especially if you do a lot of long distance driving, is it has advanced driver assist systems, the ADAS. This is like lane departure detection. It'll detect if the vehicle in front of you is getting too close, if there's about to be a forward collision, that sort of thing. Again, that's not something I'm really worried about. But maybe you are. And if this is something, if those are features that you want in your dash cam, put it down below in the comments. I'd really like to hear from you. Now, the other thing is it has built-in GPS. Now, hold up. It's not like the GPS that's going to tell you where you're going. This is GPS that's going to tell you where you've been, especially for you folks who are maybe driving professionally. Maybe you're doing deliveries, maybe you're doing any other kind of stuff, or it's part of your business, and it's going to track and show, yeah, look, I went where I said I was going to go, especially even for those of you who work for somebody else. And they're going to be like, well, it took you too long. I've been in this situation. It took you too long to get there. If I had this app, I could just be like, read and weep, sucker. This is exactly how long it took. I drove the speed limit. Here's the route I took. Second guess that. That's some nice little data. But it's kind of a niche kind of thing, right? But, you know, maybe some of you, I know my grandfather, he would document everything when he drove, like especially in his RV. This would be perfect for him. He could jot down everything, what route we took, compare this route versus that route. That's the kind of thing he would get into. Now, some of the other features it has loop recording, which is standard. It has buffered emergency recording. Now, what that does is it basically saves a few seconds before and after to make sure that it's got the whole thing saved on the file. Honestly, I mean, they call it as a feature, but today I would be astounded if a dash cam didn't have that. Maybe some of the super cheap ones don't. That might be true. The super cheap ones may not do that, but any of the decent ones, even the name brands like 70mi here, they're going to have that. Now, I talked about it before. I alluded to it. If you get the parking lot sensor kit, it's a hardwire kit. That's all that is. Everything else is already built into the system. Then you can get the 24-hour parking surveillance. It'll sit there. It'll tell you if it detects a collision. It'll do time-lapse recording. In case anything happens, it'll send notifications to your phone, all that sort of thing. And then also it has this road story filter. If you can zoom in on that, basically it puts these really cool sci-fi kind of images over it. It tells it like the speed and the direction and all this. It makes it look like a video game almost. Now, for me, I'm 55. I don't care about some of that stuff. Maybe you do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to play video games. I was playing, gosh, I'm old. I was playing golf on the PS4 last night. But yeah, that's how old I am. Anyway, but you know what? I could definitely see my son recording it while he's driving in my BMW. Probably too fast. Duncan, I'm watching you. Anyway, there are some people out there who would like that kind of feature. But anyway, enough about me rambling. Let's get back into the footage. All right, here we come. We're westbound on Park Street. We're going to turn down to historic Main Street here in Livingston, Montana. This is fairly early in the morning. You can see by the sun position there. Now, some people notice that a lot of people try to chime in and tell me about what they're seeing and how it's more accurate than what I'm telling them, which is hilarious. On the left side of the screen, you're going to see that it kind of looks like some granularness to it. That's the reflection of my my dash. My dash has a textured surface to it. So that's what you're seeing there. It actually has that kind of stone pebble kind of texture to the vinyl or leather, whatever's up there. Anyway, this is a Ram 3500. It's got 250,000 miles on it. So it's not the clearest of windshields. I actually need to get it replaced. It's got thousands of little micro fractures from driving on, dirt roads and such. But even still, you can see how this the Starvis chip here is trying to compensate for that. It's not turning each one of those into a little tiny star and giving you that kind of blaze pattern off of the refraction there. It's dealing with that morning sunlight really well. You can see some starring to the sun itself, but this is just everyday driving. This is what you're going to see through your windshield. This is what it's going to see. And record here. And as you can see, we got the timestamp and the date stamp in the lower left. You can also add in like your speed and GPS location and a bunch of other stuff in there. And we talked about, the whole graphic overload or overlay, if you want to add that into it. Not my cup of tea. So we're coming down here, going to go past, there's some doctor's offices and stuff off to the right. I don't know why they always look the same. You can always tell when you see those kind of professional doctors and lawyers' offices. That's the high school right there. We have one high school in town, one middle school in town. I think we got 2 elementary schools. It's not a big town, what can I say? And here we're going to come by over on the right, you're going to see the town swimming pool. That's it right there. Believe it or not, heated water all summer long because honestly, it doesn't get that warm here, at least at night. So the water can cool off. That's the lake there. Actually, the lagoon is part of the Yellowstone River, comes over. Looks like a lake. It's actually fed by the river, so they call it a lagoon. The historic bridge off to the right. The community center off to the left. Our local park, where the amphitheater, that's where we have the farmers markets are every Wednesday over there in that park to the left. Great time, good food, lots of great, a lot of great produce, a lot of grown locally, real local stuff, local farmers. It's a great place to pick it. Not the cheapest stuff, but good quality stuff. So off to the left, that is the Yellowstone River, and it gets split by 9th Island there. 9th Street Island is what they call it, and that's because the one bridge going over there is on believe it or not, 9th Street. We got more of Sacagawea Park over to the right. But the Yellowstone over to the left, it gets split in two. The far side, which you can't see from here, I'll put a little teaser. Or the teaser you saw at the beginning, that was the full Yellowstone once it's reconnected itself. But this is nice because during the summer, the waters slow down once the snow melt is gone, and you can go swimming. There's there's decent fishing over there. The water's not moving too fast, and you can go out and you can wade. You can take the dogs. You can have a lot of fun out there on the rocks and in the water. One of the most popular entry points is off here to the left. I'm going to pull over there. This is 9th Street right here where you would go across. And we're going to pull over up here and give you a view across the river. Now I'm going to do this whole drive again at night so you can contrast and compare what the night vision on this thing is. And we're also going to do it with the lights off, not driving, mind you. Anyway, there you go. That's one of my favorite swimming holes. Take the kids and stuff over on the river. Don't do it during the spring. It's bad when the snow melts, really, really cooking. So let's cut over. We're going to do this exact same drive at night. There's the Livingston Bar and Grill. I hate to say it. It's a historic building. It's a beautiful building. It's a beautiful restaurant. I've been there over the past 4 years. I've been about once a year. Every single time I'm disappointed. It's just the Stockman, they're closing down. Not disappointed about that. The Mustang, they closed down. Kind of disappointed about that. The Mint over here on the left is great. Great little bar and grill kind of place. Every Wednesday, lobster rolls. Fantastic. Just amazing lobster rolls. As you can see, there's more of a blaze on the lights tonight. That's my windshield. That's all there is to it. It's an old windshield. Let's see what else we got here. The Office down here on the right. Good bar food, pub food, sports bar kind of place. Pickle Barrel on the left. If you like your sandwiches and ice cream, that's your kind of place right there. And then we got a few other. We got an O'Reilly's on the right, and we're right in the middle of downtown. Somehow they still managed to be there. And of course, the best secondhand store on the left there. That's Montana Roots. And we got Neptune's. We do have some seafood in town. Yes, even in the middle of the Rockies, we have seafood. If you want to go over to Neptune's and grab it. This big white building to the right, that is the local ice cream place. They're a manufacturer. They make, and I'm just drawing a blank on the name of it. I'll put it on screen when I think of it. They're just like everywhere you go. That's the ice cream that you get an option for. That's the old newspaper to the left. They got bought out, and they're now an online syndicate of some major company. And you can buy that building, I think, for $2.4 million. It'd be a cool building if you could get your hands on it. I don't have that kind of money just sitting there waiting for it. Anyway, there's the high school again at night. You can see with a little bit of light, you don't feel like you're losing anything. You're not losing any color. There's the greens. You can see all the different shades. It's the Starvis chip is really, I think, a huge step up in what you used to get from these night vision cameras, or at least the night vision mode on them. Of course, you're not going to see much of the lagoon off to the right, but you can totally see the rec center, the community center off to the left. The reflection off of the cones and stuff there. They just had an event down there. I think they leave them down there so they can pull them out for the farmers market. Here we are driving again through the park. You get all the greens. You get the color of the asphalt. Again, I know I'm kind of harping on the color night vision, but it's really, honestly, that good. It just takes a little bit of extra light. And instead of doing that whole, grayscale kind of thing, you actually get real color video, even in the evening here. Let's see here, we're going to drive back through Sacagawea. This is where the Yellowstone is off to the left. If there was any light down there, you would be able to see it. And we're going to cruise all the way down here, all the way down this block. Over here, for those of you who came to Duncan's birthday party, it was right off here to the right at the pavilion right there. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone who showed up. and which was, there was a lot of people. We had a lot of food. It was a great time. If you didn't see my video of the barbecue, that little red barbecue thing, that's what we used to cook all the steaks. We cooked bison, we cooked elk, and we cooked some grass-fed beef. Just a fabulous time. Everyone raved about the food. I was stunned how good a cook that little barbecue could do. Anyway, we're coming down here to 9th Street Island at the end of the block, and then we're going to pull over again, and we're going to take a look across the river just to see what you could see. And I'm going to show it with the regular lights on. We're going to turn the lights off so you can see what the night vision will show for you, and then we'll show it with the brights to see if that adds any more resolution to the picture. So let's pull across here, and we're going to pull over to the left. Come on, I know I'm moving slow. But I think this gives you a really good opportunity just to see completely unedited, not chopped up, not picking the best of this or the best of that. And I'm going to try going forward doing this drive on every single one so you can compare and contrast them. There you go. That's just your standard view. Let's turn the lights off here. And you can see it convert into true night vision. Bring the lights back on and then go to high beam. Doesn't add a whole lot. Honestly, my high beams aren't the most amazing thing in the world. But there you go. Anyway, there you go. Is this the best dash cam ever? No, they have more expensive and better dash cams, and I even have some of them here. There's lots of different options. You have to get what's right for you, what's going to fit in your price category, your performance category, the features you want. Like even on this one, it comes with the rear view camera. I can't use that. I have a pickup truck with a topper, and all I will see behind me is just blurred out, dirt from the back windscreen. So that isn't a feature that I can use, but maybe it's one that I would recommend it. I would highly recommend it. In fact, I alluded to it before. I've twice had a dash cam save my butt. When I first got my first dash cam, 2 weeks after I got it, I got rear-ended in a parking lot. I was backing out. I looked over my shoulder. I saw some guy literally 100 yards away, racing through the parking lot like he was, in the Grand Prix or something over at Monaco. He comes around the corner. I see him pull in, come down, turn down my lane. I'm completely stopped, still manages to hit my car, leaps out and claims, "Oh my gosh, you pulled out in front of me." He hit a piece of junk car. He goes, "Oh my gosh, you pulled out in front of me. I'm going to sue you." And I went, "Hey, moron, see that? Dash cam." And you know what? Even though at the time they didn't have backwards facing dash cams, I knew it would show that my car wasn't moving. All right. And then actually just recently, I was at a gas station. It's a really busy gas station, the old town pump here. And somebody threw her car into reverse and backed out. She was in a hurry and rams the back of my truck. Now, it did break my taillight. It broke her Honda Civic. And I will say this, in her defense, she did not get out and try to claim that it was my fault. She knew whose fault it was, and she was broken up about it. But you know what? I still have the dash cam footage in case somebody were to try and claim, hey, you know what? Because insurance companies will do that. Insurance companies are like, "Oh, we don't want to pay. We're not accepting fault." And you can send them the footage, and they're like, "All right, how much do we owe you?" Get a dash cam. It is way better than an insurance claim. It's way better than fighting somebody over it. When you got video, you win. Anyway, thanks again to 70mi for sponsoring this video. We got links down below. Don't forget to use my coupon code down there to save even more money off of this. Anyway, let me know what you think about this dash cam. Is this something you would use? What features do you think it's missing, or what does it have that you like? Put it down in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always,